Okay, let's quit out.
And so basic structure, like all the Gran Turismos we know, do well in races, raise your level, unlock new stuff.
Just raise your level. Yeah, like keep doing more and more challenges, and then if you get stuck on a challenge, maybe it's because you're not driving very well, or maybe just your car isn't quite up to speed. So you can go buy a better car, or you can upgrade your existing car. I need to change my car, but it'll let me look at events.
Nice.
So let's go in my garage.
So have you had a chance to hop into the car tweaking at all?
I haven't messed with the tuning stuff too much. I've been buying extra parts for some of my cars. I can definitely show you some of that. First, I'm just getting a decent car here. So this, I think it's pretty well known that Kazunori owns a GT40. So it's a pretty good ride.
And at this point, probably every car in the game.
So probably. So it's one of the premium ones. And then it also qualifies as a muscle car. So
nice.
Let's go to Laguna Seca. That's a tough one. So this is one of the premium cars. So I gotta say, I don't use the whole cockpit view thing an awful lot, but I'll try to
do it for the folks at home.
Use that at least for part of this race, so you can see it.
And then, so now that you've been kind of banging around on it, how's the handling? Because that's the big thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, the handling's cool. Like I'm using the default settings right now, so it's fairly forgiving because it has like traction control and stuff turned on. If you want like a full sim, you can turn that stuff way down and really make it a lot harder for yourself. But yeah, that's not me, not yet. So I think right away you can see this car just looks way nicer than the 2000 GT did. And we have cockpit view.
Yay.
And I also have this kind of racing line thing switched on. That's also like a default. I found it really helpful actually learning some of these circuits again. But yeah, there is an option to turn that off in case anybody's wondering.
So yeah, it seems like, especially this installment, they're kind of working really hard to make it as accessible to anybody.
I think it's definitely more user friendly than some of the others. Like if you're not like a big driving game guy, especially, and I think that's probably why the license tests are optional now, and they're all the same stuff they've always been. It's like drive for 400 meters and then stop in a box and like taking corners quickly and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because the license tests will work.
Yeah, they used to. I remember in the very first game, like there were license tests I don't think I ever beat. I go back to my regular view here.
Yeah, my brother and I just used to trade off.
Oh yeah.
We tag teamed the license tests in the first couple games.
Yeah, they were hard. And there's some stuff in this game that's come back from Gran Turismo 2, and it's some of the stuff I'm pretty excited about. Like, I think Gran Turismo 2 was the last one. I might be wrong. I think Gran Turismo 2 was the last one, at least I remember, where I spent a lot of time buying used cars. And that's a big thing in this, because when you go to the dealerships for new cars, they have very limited stock, and as far as I can tell, that stock never changes. So, like for example, the Toyota 2000 GT that I love, I cannot buy that from a Toyota dealer. I have to wait for that to show up on the used car market. And sod's law, like when I started up the game, there it was in the used car market, like way before I could afford it. And since then, it has never ever been there. So in GT mode, I don't yet own that car. Okay, so I'm in first. This, my car's a little too powerful, I guess. You can tell my driving isn't all that right now. But yeah, so that and if I were to beat this, I would obviously just earn more credits, earn more XP towards leveling up. But enough of the Ford GT doing rounds of Laguna Seca. Let's see what else I can show you.
Yeah, take us into some of the other modes.
Yeah, let's have a look here.
And then car-wise, got over 1,000.
Yeah, I mean,
folks that are trying to keep score at home.
Yeah, there's way over 1,000 cars. The the thing with that, which isn't going to come as a surprise to anyone, because of just how thorough these guys are, is that, you know, a lot of these cars are pretty similar. You know, so if you, like in arcade mode, for example, like I think I have like 10 different Honda S2000s, which is kind of ridiculous. I'll show you real quickly. I'll show you the dealerships, just to show you what I'm talking about. So, you know, tons of cars here, tons of different brands, and they've got some neat stuff like tuner stuff. Like I think this is one that won an award, or one of these. I don't know. Oh, so these are Gran Turismo. So these are kind of their fantasy vehicles. So like, I think this is like a tuning option for the 350Z that isn't available, but they thought it would be cool, so they made it in game anyway. You know, they love their cars. I can't remember where it is. There's stuff here. Like one of them, I think, is one that won at like a Tokyo car show. They picked it out as like the coolest custom car, and so they put it in the game. But yeah, you'll see like the stocks here are pretty limited. So if you're into Aston Martin, don't worry. This is not the only Aston Martin in the game. Like there are several more, but you have to find them used. And I'll show you the used market real quick.
And so I guess I should point out the bar up top. That's kind of with you in every mode, and it says your levels.
Yeah, so that's my A spec rating of 15. That's or my level rather, and that's when you're driving yourself. And then B spec is when you have like an AI driver that you're giving basic instructions to, like telling them what pace to drive at and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So you can see a lot of these. So the stock here has obviously changed recently. That's why everything says just in even next to it.
That it was trying to get your attention.
Yeah. So, oh man, I can't quite afford that. I would love to buy a Lamborghini, but I'm just like 10,000 credits shy. So yeah, you definitely find cool stuff here that you're not going to find at the dealers.
And it changes up in between races, or what levels?
It changes pretty frequently. Like you can pretty much every time like you go do a race and finish it, when you come back, there'll be maybe like 6 to 8 new cars there, and anytime you go, it will show you which stuff is new since the last time you were there. So let's see what other events have I got here that I can show you. You know, I don't have cars to enter some of these. Let's go to one that I've already done. So yeah, these, you know, if you've played Gran Turismo before, you can see this is all the usual stuff. You know, it's like, okay, this is for old muscle cars. They probably have to be like prior to 79 or something. Japanese cars from the 90s. You have to use a French car. Like, and they take place at tracks that are relevant as well. So if you do the French one, it takes place at Le Mans. These take place at Suzuka. The muscle cars are on Daytona. That kind of stuff. You know what? Let's do a sport truck challenge. How about that?
We don't have enough trucks on the show.
I already showed you Laguna Seca, so we'll go here. So it's telling me those are all the cars that are eligible. I do know that I have one of those. I have 2 of them. I have a Daihatsu Midget with 32 horsepower. Wow. Probably not going to cut it, so we'll try the Ford. That'll work. And the I gotta say, like I'm not a huge fan of like oval racing in real life, but I think it actually works really well in the game because they've nailed the whole kind of drafting thing. So when you tuck up behind someone, or even if you're a little distance away from them, you get a very noticeable boost of speed. And the Jeff Gordon NASCAR challenges in like the challenge mode, they actually do a really good job of teaching you how to do that and forcing you to, you know, draft one car, get past it, get right in behind another one, and yeah, I'm having a good time with it, and I'm hoping there's more NASCAR stuff in here. See, as you can see, the load times are they're still not quick.
They're there.
Still not quick.
Yeah. And so Jeff Gordon mentioned he has his own challenges, and he's kind of your tutor, right?
Yeah, he's totally talking you through the beginner and intermediate stuff, and then I haven't got the expert stuff yet. I'm hoping that that's going to be like full on like race. I don't know if it's going to be a season, but at least like a full field of NASCARs, and because they're all in there. Like there's a ton of different ones. So yeah, you can see I'm getting like a good boost of speed just by tucking in behind these guys. not super quick because, you know, it's a truck, but it's a little, oh man, I hate getting boxed in like this. I guess that's my own fault.
Too greedy.
I have to use a bit of muscle. Oh no, don't do it.
And you still haven't had a chance to mess around with it with the wheel, obviously.
Yeah, I haven't used the wheel yet. We have got a wheel in the office now, so I'm definitely going to mess with that before the review. But yeah, and I guess on the subject of the review, I'll just mention that none of the online stuff in this game is being turned on until Wednesday, which is the day it comes out. So, so sadly, even though, you know, we've already put a pretty good chunk of time into the game, the review is going to have to wait until after release when we can test, you know, all the online options, the Gran Turismo TV, like all the extra stuff that's a part of this package, because it is a, you know, it's a huge package. I mean, you know, regardless of whether or not the cars look as good as we think they should and that kind of stuff, like this is, you get a lot of racing for your money in here. So there we go.
And this year's, I mean, this entry in the series probably is like the most aggressive they've ever been with online.
Yeah, I mean, weird because in GT4 they cancelled the online. I think I was at the press conference in Tokyo where that happened. So yeah, I mean, finally you're going to get to race against
16
friends and stuff online.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's really important for this game, because the AI, while it's definitely better than it's been in previous games, like you definitely feel like they're competing with each other a bit. It's still not, you know, you're not going to see the AI getting into huge crashes or like, you know, I don't know.
That's what human people are
for.
for.
Like it's not on a par with, say, the kind of stuff that Codemasters has been doing in racing games for a while.
Right.
That kind of thing. I'm just going to finish this one real quick since I'm almost there, and maybe it'll be enough for me to get to my next level.
It's like, yeah, I know you want the points. Go ahead, we'll let you.
You know, I need some XP here.
And you can buy that car if you get enough.
That's true. Yeah, if I earn some more money, I can buy that Lamborghini that I've got my eyes on.
And then maybe you can pop into the B-Spec mode.
Yeah, I'll show the B-Spec mode for sure. That's yeah. I haven't messed with that too much because, you know, frankly, I think it's more fun to drive myself than be telling an AI what to do. But yeah, I do have a driver he's done maybe half a dozen or more races already. So, and he's leveling up the whole time as well, and you can see his stats improving. Like, you know, he gets better at braking. He has better mental strength, so he's not going to get like way stressed out if he's losing or something.
Freak out on the road.
Yeah, like I've had some pretty frustrating times. Oh man, you know, I think I'm stuck a few grand short for that Lamborghini.
Sorry, man.
And I'm still a little bit short for level 15 too. But yeah, I'll show you B-Spec mode real quick.
Now, we heard like some fairly awesome guitar music there at the end, but just even listening to while you've been playing it, it's kind of a weird mix of music in this game.
Yeah, to say that the music is eclectic would be a massive understatement. It's yeah, there's like, you know, you have cool jazz, you'll have just crazy piano stuff, rock. I mean, just